Welcome back, everyone. It is top 8 for UNI2 here, and I'm Kobe VT, joined with the amazing Salte Boy, ready to hold it down for the next 2.5 hours. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. Texas Showdown has been a treat of a weekend so far, Absolutely. And let me tell you, the party is going to continue as we get straight into Under Night In Birth 2 top 8. It's going to be an incredibly stacked bracket. Let's go ahead and take a look at that top 8 we have on the screen right here. Pablo Pesto versus Shaylee up in winner semifinals, along with Silent and Killer Kitty. And who do we have on losers?
Yeah, we got that one dude in Poob, as well as Ryodon and Twang. Lots of Texas up here. You love to see it coming out for a Texas Showdown. So much character diversity, too. All 8 players play unique characters from each other.
Even including secondaries.
Yeah, including their main secondaries. Because you know players at the very top, like Shaylee, like Papa Pesto, they can play a bunch of different characters if they need to, or just are bored. It's like the Defiant Big Black situation. But their main primary mains, their secondaries that they always pick if they need them, like you said, all unique.
Absolutely, and I like that you're highlighting that's really just all Texas in that top 8. There's actually hardly any invaders outside of Shaylee there on the winner's side, since Texas has a lot to defend. They only need to defend against one person, but that can be quite difficult, as Shaylee is one of those players to end up taking it all. And Texas is known as one of the strongest scenes in the States for Under Night In Birth, only rivaled by like the Georgia area, like PNW as well, but Texas incredibly, incredibly strong. You see it right here. We have some of the strongest players in the nation right here lining up. Silent, Paulo Pesto, Shaylee right there. We just said their names. But right now we're going to be jumping straight into loser's side first between that one dude and a Poop. That one dude going to be on the Gordeau and Poop on the Enkidu, 2 characters you don't see very often nowadays, but honestly are pretty sleeper picks.
Absolutely. We saw that one dude yesterday, and you just pull off some really aggressive plays. Like, there was extreme disrespect using the Grim Reaper, just spinning on people as an Oki in the corner. Like, oh, I knocked you down. Let me just throw out a special move that if you blocked it, you die. But I know you're not going to block.
All right, starting us off, Poop going for a very aggressive round start, but that one dude immediately backing up, letting him whiff, and then going for this great punish. That's going to be 3.2k and already gained that grid advantage, but there is the parry coming in from Poop immediately. That's going to force that one dude to respect his defense a lot more often. Yeah,
that is exactly what we're going to be looking for Poop, and that one dude is going to have to wake up to it really, really quick. Enkidu has reversals, and if Poop is feeling good, they're coming out quick.
All right, that one dude does have the horrible cycle though, so we will have chain shift available on defense, on offense if we choose to use it. And right now we're playing very safe. We're kind of just poking from our far ranges, from safe ranges with our safe moves, and it looks like Poop is just unsure of how to approach as we spend that IW for the confirmed kill. I like that we spent the chain shift before that as well to get a small meter refund in terms of things.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that one dude was trying to feel out how Poop wants to use parry. It's like, sure, you got me the first time. All right, let me start exploring how you're going to use it, if you're going to keep representing it, or just rely upon the threat. And there, that one dude found the hit and just cashed out immediately. So I'll take it.
Run up, command grab. There we go. That one dude going for the assault, but a VO from Poop is going to secure the horrible cycle. But we need to be able to make sure a hit. If we want, make sure we get a hit, and that's what the hit we found to make sure that we cash out on this VO here. No IW though.
I wonder if Poop had the idea of trying to go for a reset and then cash out just to steal some damage where scaling would have said otherwise.
Maybe we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves, and now that one dude has that purple cycle on lock. Kind of just playing that tug of war right now. Looks like Poop is going to edge that one out and going to get a punish as well. This should be able to get a combo extension meter refund as well if you choose to spend it, but no. Instead, we're going to try to get more of that grid advantage while also locking out that one dude from getting that purple cycle himself.
Nice. That was a great bait there from Pooba on the Oki option. Taking the round away from that one dude. And the meter here is going to be very high for both. There's going to be a lot of send-it options that are available for both players.
Let's save on block there. So that one dude is going to get a punish off of Poop. No meter spent. We're going to hold on to that as we push Poop closer and closer to the corner. Nice shields, though, from both of the players, especially that one dude, as he is very consistently winning this cycle. You can tell that that one dude is playing towards the cycle with every single one of his moves and all of his movement as well.
Absolutely. And you can also see that with the attention to the cycle, it's just doesn't care that there's a meter, whether on 200 or less than for that chain shift. Really wants to make sure every single time that Poop is getting hit that we're either working towards the grid meter like you said, or we're getting Oki. But Poop now is turning the tables a little bit here.
The opening there, backing up, trying to make sure that that one dude stays in this corner. Massive counter hit into the chain shift confirmed. And Pooh, what an insane starter.
Yeah. If you're that one dude, you're so happy that Poop did not have meter.
Oh no, that's dead. We have 200 meter for IW. No, not like this.
No,
Before we drop the combo, and Pooh picking it up gets the game one instead. That's gotta feel so bad.
Yeah, it feels really bad for that one dude. I mean, they're laughing about it, of course, because these two play each other a lot.
Shake it off. You gotta shake it off and forget, because we're going straight to game number 2.
Yeah, just fun scramble situations. It was only game 1. That was only game 1.
Now start parry from Poop, doing parry once again, trying to bait out those long-reaching normals and moves from that one dude. But that one dude not biting and waiting for Poop to whip them before moving forward.
Command grab one and got the counter hit. Poop probably trying to take that throw right off the table.
A lot of these command grabs have been laying for that one dude as well, and he has not really been doing too much to actually counteract them as options.
Just gonna spend a claim this round.
Once again, spending that chain shift beforehand to get that meter refund into the 72 meter. That one dude, I mean, honestly, he's looking a little stronger than Poop. It's just like a few opportune drops that is giving Poop that advantage later on.
Yeah, and this has been really good from Poop.
What a backdash catch.
Every small interaction that Poop's able to win has almost always been cashed out on or converted into really good Oki. Like, this was probably the first time we saw not insanely good cash out from Poop on a hit.
And this is the first time we're going to see that force function used from that one dude as well. When you're in Mortal State, that hitbox for the force function becomes bigger, so it's much more useful as a neutral option. But still, though, Poop is not going to care about it. That one dude's spending the chain shift, but it's not going to matter as Poop is able to get this combo conversion and bring that one dude into the corner with a great lead. One more hit, and we found that hit counter on Wake Up.
Yeah, gotta wonder if that one dude maybe tried a back throw on Wake Up, a little cheeky.
Yeah, maybe a tech attempt.
Yeah, that too, yeah. Trying to fuzzy tech, but Poop saying no.
Very nice. We're going to be getting the hard knockdown situation after this, and we have a massive grid advantage as well, even with all the shield. But Poop with very great green shields towards the end there sneaks out that cycle.
Gets caught, unfortunately, trying to dash up, and that one dude not able to have cycle, so there's going to be no CBO to kill. Oh my gosh, we are choosing violence, and that one dude just a little more violent taking that game.
It's like giving the handshake already. It's like, I got this in the bag. Like, the only reason why you won that game was because I messed up. I'm the better player. Right. Oh, another huge counter hit. That one dude trying to press, and Kido is special because he does get a lot more reward off of Havoc, which means it increases the amount of premium advantage he gets off of these counter hits.
Yeah. And also, you always have to keep in the back of your mind 360C does exist. It's not often time you'll see 360C used, but you always got to really have it in the back of your mind that it can steal you.
Right, that's a good conversion here for that one too, but we spent a lot of resources to do so. We have the corner advantage, dropped combo, VO on the command grab attempt. I was talking about earlier that Poop hasn't been doing too many options to negate that command grab, but with that VO, that's going to be great. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the most out of that. Now that one dude is going to be reaping the rewards of this post-VO situation, especially now that we have Cycle, and we're going to be getting 200 meter pretty soon here as well, so we have a lot of meter to work with when it comes to these pressure resets, but Poop immediately clapping back with a great match.
Yeah, it was just able to steal the Cycle away from that one dude. And this is going to be turning the tables immensely. You're just going to be forcing to the corner.
Yeah, plus frames ultimate, the command grab reversal attack, but Poop, what a backdash. We have changed it, we have the meter, but we don't get the kill.
Train shift in, the veil off coming out from that one dude. That was a very tense situation. It could have easily been baited.
Oh, great VO as well, because I denied Poop the chain shift later on, so he did not have that as a defensive option anymore.
Now we're going into a potential set point.
Nice small concentration, punish. Poop, once again, I mean, he's always pretty consistently winning these round circuit interactions. It just happens later on where it's like, okay, you kind of fall apart as that one dude starts to claw back at that resource game.
Yeah, right now, Vorpal Silos 1 for Poop, has a bunch of meter. That one dude finding a counter, able to get out of the corner, still has to be very cautious. One good confirm from Poop will clear this round.
Absolutely, but a one good grab like that will close off this round as well. That one dude not checking the goal throw, and a Poob is going to be getting away with that round. It's even up game number 3, and now we're final round. That one dude weighing the round start interaction this time. Are we going to cash out on an early IW though?
Yeah,
no, we're not.
I thought potentially just going into spending 100 meter for a pretty nice knockdown. VO! V double VO! We are not holding anything here!
And we tried to go for a button or try to go for a grab. Either way, that is a nice counter for that one dude. No change shift on Wake Up. A little risky. We try to press the button there, and that one dude is going to be catching Poob.
Yeah. You know, there's opportunity there for Poob. That one dude seeing that you are in veil off, you do have change shift available.
Oh, great shields from that one dude, pushing Poob to this optimal distance as he's able to get that punish and close off that set.
Yeah, who, tried a little bit risky there, was going for the plays that would win the set as opposed to, trying to extend the round. And unfortunately, that one dude just had the number of Poob and was able to take that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately for Poob, that 7th place curse will continue to be a thing for him as he made 7th place last year, 7th place in 2023. Like he cannot escape the 7th place curse, and he's back at it again. Maybe next year.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing, though. There's so much Uni to be played between now and next year's Texas Showdown. And there's only going to be more people getting into the scene. There's more people are going to be here next year as well. Most likely, Uni's a sick game.
It absolutely is, and now that one dude sending Pooh back to the panhandle, up to Amarillo, where he will have no more offline contact with his Uni friends, allowed to go elect to playing online in the Dennison for the rest of his time. But
curse of West Texas.
In the meantime, I mean, let's just talk about that one dude for a second, right? Coming in with the Gordeau, a character you don't see very often. Honestly, a pretty sleeper pick and a pretty sleeper player as well. And the reason why I say this is because that one dude, has been playing the game for a long time, has been playing in clear since, at least 2018, right? Yeah. And he hasn't actually played in too many tournaments, so trying to get experience for how he plays and understand his play style can be difficult on that end because you don't have a lot to gather from. So in that sense, that one dude is kind of like that sleeper player to see how far is he going to make it in the bracket? Is he going to make 5th? Which, he already made 5th at this point. Yeah. Is he going to make 4th? I think there certainly is a possibility, especially with the upsets that we've seen before top 8 as well with Killer Kitty and Twang, which I think you want to highlight as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, Killer Kitty just, seeing the Batista came in here, Texas Showdown last year as well. Believe Killer Kitty got 7th, if I remember right.
Yes.
Already doing better than last year. Now you're guaranteed 5th, even though has the potential for the most painful placement you could ever get in a major tournament. The start in winner's top 8, get 5th, eliminated.
Yeah, but taking out Twang on winner's side to make it to winner's side top 8 was a massive upset. Twang is one of those players where you're like, okay, I expect this guy to make top 3, if not first place, right?
Exactly.
He is that strong of a player. You can definitely contest with the likes of Silent, with Pesto, with Shaylee. But right now we have Twang on the loser side playing against Ryoden. And Ryoden is that big up-and-coming UNI2 player. We've been talking a lot at the start of UNI2 where it's we're trying to see if we're going to be getting a lot of new players to see if they're going to get up to that level that the old heads are at, because Uni is based off so much foundational knowledge over the years. But Ryoden has been grinding the game so much. He started in Uni2 last February, and he's played in over 180 tournaments. This guy grinds the game as much as possible. He really loves the game, and you can see it paying off right now as he scored himself into 7th place. But the question is all that knowledge going to beat that foundational knowledge we have playing against Twang?
Yeah, and like you mentioned with how many tournaments Ryoden enters, you see the sleep mask on Ryoden. It's there because Ryoden needs that nap in between the next tournament. The second that one tournament ends, you got 30 minutes, go into the next one.
And these are two characters that are honestly really basic at the surface, right?
Yeah.
Akashi kind of just wants to play patient, get in, toss out fireballs, and then have this really suffocating corner pressure. And Heidi is that same way. He's playing very patient, has some good normals, has some good range with his projectiles, but he also has that suffocating corner pressure once he gets you locked down. And right now, both these players are contesting and vying for that spot.
Yeah, and like you said, both these characters can just cash out massive damage whenever they need it, and off of many different starters too. Like of course, the Akatsuki Tatsu is very, very infamous, as well as the orbs do, and that throw getting baited out by Ryodan.
Absolutely. And what's going to be critical in this matchup right here is going to be how both of these players work around the grid gauge, right? Because because Hyde in particular uses a lot of that grid for his force functions in order to play around in neutral and in pressure. But Twang dropping the combo Ryodan with the still active.
Yeah.
Spaz the IW. Is this enough? No, it is not. 3.2k, a little too much scaling there, but Twang is looking a little bit worse for wear. Spends the meter on the fireball to get those plus strings and runs up DP to ignore that option entirely.
Yeah. Thankfully for Twang there, Ryodan being at the bare minimum of VO, just had to cash out, take the option, and had to escape this grid break though. That's not going to cause extra scaling. That's going to be very, very painful. Ryodan does sometimes like the pogo setups, but will not go for them if Ryodan feels like I can be greedy here.
And now here's the lockdown pressure coming in from high. You can see how you can set up those force functions, those giant walls that you have to respect. And Twang not respecting any of it as Ryodan just continues to keep him in the corner. There's the parry though. It can be very high risk, but also very high reward for Twang. And he's going to be using that to reverse the situation, get that steer ender for the hard knockdown, and try to get some resources out of Ryodan to close this round.
Yeah, Twang is really kind of looking here is if there's an opportunity that presents itself to cash out, Twang was going to take it, but like you said, wanted the hard knockdown, just keep repeating situations. And in this situation where, you know, Ryodan found the hit, now you're going into round 2 pretty much equal on meter.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going pretty even, but that was a big throw whip though. Twang not ready to capitalize on that punish. And now Ryodan is going to be getting this corner carry to bring Twang into with his back up against the wall. There's the steer ender to get that knockdown, small concentration to get a little bit of that grid back. But Twang going to be spending that meter to get those plus runs on the projectiles, and Ryodan does not care.
And there's definitely some cash out opportunity. Not going to take it, going to set up for the throw. And now chain shifts online.
Yeah, by W, we have the damage bonus from chain shift. Are we going to spend it? No, we're not, but we get another throw in the process. And this is one of the scariest things about High compared to Akatsuki. While Akatsuki does play a very potent strike throw game, the High strike throw game can be scarier, especially when you're in the corner since you can combo off of it.
Yeah, having a combo off throw meterless, like you don't have to spend anything to get it, really does enforce strike throw a lot more on the reward side, even if Akatsuki has a very punishing ways to set up for strike throw. The reward's just not in Akatsuki's favor most of the time compared to the hot.
Yeah, no, solid launcher right there. Steer ender knockdown once again. Still maintaining a good grip on the cycle. Chain shift activation for Ryodan, getting himself out of that corner. Now Twang with his back up against the wall, gets tossed into the wall by that throw, but a little too far out for Ryodan, and he was not able to capitalize off that combo.
Nice tag. And now Twang is just, being nice. What a Tatsu, just casually catching.
Ooh, in attempt to steal that cycle, Ryodan narrowly keeps it.
Oh, nice. Gonna EX Tatsu all over. And now
Ryodan might be on the table. No, this huge Celestial might be on the table for
30.
Twang, and there it is. Going to be getting all of that meter for free, and there's a throw to close off that round once again. Twang still in the game.
That had to be almost frame perfect Celestial because I saw with the backdash, like they went out of Celestial range, and then right as it completed, Twang and moved forward enough to get back into the Celestial.
Once again, we're seeing another situation where both these players are starting a fresh round with 200 meter on the table. They're not really too keen on using those resources just yet. They know they want to use those resources to open them up. To get those plus frames from like the projectiles, for example. Also, you want to be using it to get a lot of damage from your combos as well. And that's an insane starter going for 6C after a missed VO. We have 200 meter. Akatsuki already one of the highest damage characters in the game, and it's going to make Ryodan hurt. 4.9k off a single 100 meter spend.
And there it is. What a clean round from Twang. Just absolutely hard punishing Ryodan, going for a very risky VO. Like, there wasn't a need to bust out of any situation there. It was just normal. Okay, you were in the mid screen. Like, there was still corner switch opportunity for Twang, but the combo there, because of how far the distance was, wasn't going to be the most punishing it could have been.
Final game. Nice block on that J6C overhead. Great block on that Assault JC as well, coming in through Twang. We're seeing some of those force functions to kind of alleviate those projectiles. And now Ryodan is going to be caught up in this combo as Twang draws the first blood. Oh, a risky 6C. if that hit, that would have been massive reward for Twang, but Ryoden not able to get a punish, put in an awkward position afterwards.
Yeah. Nice parry once again, just making these projectiles from Ryoden just not effective whatsoever for their intended purpose.
I think if you're Twang, you want to be holding on to this chain shift until you get Celestial, because the idea is while you're not getting the meter refund, what you are getting is you're denying Ryoden any attempts to get chain shift later on, and that's one of the unique things about playing this cycle.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Still so much meter. Ryoden has no grid. That chain shift coming out. Twang.
There's the punish.
Who cares about grid meter right now? You can win this cycle, but you're about to be dead.
Oh, and TP after the chain shift. What do you think you're doing?
Just sending EX Fireball out. Round start. Does not want to deal with anything Twang is throwing out.
Yeah, projectiles games in Under Night can be a little bit tricky to use, right? Because on defense, you have a lot of options to alleviate it with your Cosmic, you have your force function. But a lot of characters have that shield, right? And that's going to be giving you basically free grid.
Yeah. Waiter, more grid, please. But there's no grid to be found for Twang. As Ryoden's setting up for a nice combo. Trying to get a reset. Gets the grid break with the throw as well. And that's going to be a round here. How much does Ryoden want to spend for it? Being greedy. And is forced to spend it all.
I don't know if that's being greedy. I think that's just making sure that you confirm the kill right there, because the last thing you want is for Twang to make that big comeback, because we've seen it happen before where Twang did so much damage off of a single opportune moment. So Ryoden not wanting to pull any punches, I think might be the smart decision, but at the same time, you're going to this next down with any resources on hand, and Twang has all the resources on the table, especially even more now that he's spending that change immediately after securing the cycle.
Yeah. Ulti air throw! Hey, yo, we got those already.
Twang looking clean, but so is Ryoden. I mean, we're like even life total is a great tech coming from Twang. Small punish, but no confirm.
Back throw. It's going to be a little nicer for Ryoden. Likes to be in this mid-screen.
See Tatsu, that was a very ballsy attempt, but Ryoden recovering in time, and now Twang is going to pay for that by being sent into the corner. Still has changed it as defensive option, and Ryoden going to respect that.
Yeah, there's the chain shift. Unfortunately, Twang pressed the
the pogo! We have Jojo meter! This should be enough! Yeah. Ryoden with the upset over Twang! That's going to be a 2-1, securing 5th place, and not again, y'all! It happened with BlazBlue Central Fiction top 8, and it's happening right now with Under Night, y'all. Keep your pop-offs in check. Please respect the chairs. They did nothing to you. Oh my god, y'all. The ethics games, the stream runners are probably like, what is going on? Like, y'all can't be making my job this hard.
In all fairness, though, that stage is a little bit shorter than what you're normally used to by playing on a stream stage.
Okay,
so
but
you think you can scoot back a little bit more, but not on this stage. Just please, leave, like you said, leave the chairs alone. They didn't hurt you. They're comfy chairs.
Yeah, for sure. Respect your chairs, because they were what got you that win in the end.
Yeah.
But Ryoden, I mean, what an incredible performance. I've been talking a lot already about how Ryoden has been practicing the game, but Twang, I mean, really was one of the players that you kind of expected to make it super far in the bracket and actually win. And, I mean, he really is kind of like the boogeyman of the DFW area. He'll show up to a local, get first place very casually. And ever since he moved to Texas like a year ago, he's just been that constant looming threat, and now being stuffed this early in the bracket, I think, is a huge momentum shift for everyone else in the bracket as well, but especially so for Ryoden, as now he's going to bring that momentum with him throughout losers.
Yeah, and like you said, with Twang, he shows up, Suplex runs it, and then wins Suplex, but also there's Quick Draw Brawl, where Papa Pesto is a constant threat. And when you have players like Twang and Papa Pesto constantly playing each other offline month after month, week after week, online as well, it's like you're going to be not only improving yourselves, but also everyone around you just by proxy, because they have to fight you. It's like you have to go through everyone else at your local before you get to that grand finals of like Twang, Papa Pesto, plenty of other people too.
And I like that you're talking about that too, about Papa Pesto going up to Quick Draw Brawl. I mean, come on, driving from Houston to DFW that regularly is kind of insane if you think about it. But, I mean, it's just so cool seeing how interconnected the Under Night scene is. As big as Texas is, these players do not care. They'll drive hours on end to get some offline games. And you can see it throughout the year. I mean, Unseen Invasion, for example, in Austin. You can see quick draw ball, like you said, up in DFW, where you see players travel up, and you get to see that intercity competition before Texas Showdown. So that was kind of like the prelude, the prologue to this tournament.
Yeah, I think what's nice too for quick draw ball, especially for Pop Pesto, is since it does happen on Saturdays, you could either pop up on a Sunday morning or maybe even on a Friday night. It's like, hey, one of y'all for that quick draw ball, can I crash at your place the night, especially like Suplex the night before it's running Uni. It's like, hey, can I pop up Friday morning, stay with you, we'll go to Suplex, then go to quick draw.
Yeah, but you know what? Now that we're getting further into the bracket, I just want to say DFW's out. We have all the competition from all the major cities, but DFW is officially out of the tournament as Twing was that final representative. And I would honestly say, like, DFW is the strongest region, like, overall compared to everyone else. Yeah. But, you know, here in Austin, what do we have? Well, like, Austin has, like, Silent. It's like the Avengers, we got the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Austin, we have Silent. And then right now, Houston, we have Papa Pesto. Certainly one of the strongest players to do it. And he's going to be playing up against Shaylee. This is a classic matchup up here in Under Night. And you know, like, both these want to win, but especially Pesto, because he's come so close every single time to winning Texas Showdown, second place, third place, fourth place in the previous years, but unable to make that first place finish. I think this might be his year, but he has to get through Shaylee first, and Shaylee is not going to go down without a fight, especially on the Kuon.
Yeah, and you know Papa Pesto is probably doing as much research as possible, hitting up Defiant, hitting up Big Black, probably even Chovy Salts too, of just, hey, can you give me as much information of how Shaylee plays against Carmine, what things I can do, like maybe double checking some things to get labbed while, you know, might be at brunch. I know that over there in Granblue there's some people who are texting their character discords, hey, can you lab this for me real quick? I need to do something else.
Yeah, but right now, Papa Pesto is going to be throwing Shaylee into jail if Pasco do not collect 200. And Shaylee, stuck in the corner, is going to continue to get pressured and open up. Pesto going to be getting so much reward off of this opening.
Yeah, getting it. Good.
Oh, the bomb. That's not going to cover the DP attempt. And Shaylee finding his way out, but low on health. And Papa Pesto also going to be low on health. He's not able to open up Shaylee. And Shaylee going to open up Pesto instead. 200 meter on the table. IW won't be enough to kill, so we're going to be looking for one more interaction.
Yeah, I'm going to just set up for some Oki here. Has so much. And yeah, you have to guess through a billion things. Papa Pesto is like, you know what? I'm going to go for the high block here, and I just get low. And all right, it happens.
Yeah, Kuon is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of characters. He can really just do a lot. I mean, he can do zoning and do closer pressure. He has cross-ups for days, flash kicks for defense. And he's very strong, but like Hyde, you have to also constantly be looking out for that grid gauge and maintaining that, because every single time he goes for that float, that's going to be spending grid, because that is a force function ability.
Yeah, speaking of, there is the float. Can very easily do it, because while Pesto's grid broken, you don't have to worry about your opponent winning grid.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just such a strong neutral tool as well, because you get so many big moves that basically cut off lanes of the screen that prevents Pesto from moving forward. But Pesto can do something similar as well by setting these traps that prevent Shaylee from playing the way he wants to as well. But Pesto put on the line. And you know, if you're Carmine, you're like, I don't care if I have a pixel of life, right? Yeah. I'm constantly playing at a pixel of life anyways mentally.
Exactly. He's like, all this means is I'm technically no longer spending meter for my
yeah, I don't care about my life anymore. But you have to care when you get hit by a single flash kick like that.
Yeah, Shaylee was definitely just, you know, very incentivized to hold down back, wait for Papa Pesto to do something, see the animation of any attack. All right, send it.
Okay, great round start coming in from Shaylee, getting that 3C slide.
Back to the corner. Not 100 meter just yet. Thankfully for Papa Pesto, doesn't have to deal with U-Wheel Oki. Or C-Wheel Oki. Oh my gosh.
Continues to zone out Shaylee a little bit more, but there's the teleport in into the overhead. Pesto opened up high, not wearing that helmet. There's a construction zone. Shaylee is going to be building up his next mix up here by setting up the ring and trying to go for a gold throw, but Pesto not having it, going to break that immediately.
Yeah, Shaylee was disrespecting the plus frames a little bit there. Papa Pesto was like, no, you got to respect him.
That's big. We ended that combo off with a throw, which means he's going to be recovering that health back. So Pesto looking a little bit better now, but still can be very scary, especially when he's still using his health as a resource to continue to open up Shaylee. We see that force function attempt to chase down Shaylee from full screen, but it's not going to work out. And instead, Shaylee is going to be getting a huge reward off this interaction. We're not going to be able to kill just yet, but one more mix-up is all we need. Pesto stuck in the corner, and really feels like he's been on the back for this entire set.
Oh, absolutely. But Papa Pesto's been able to bust out of the corner in these situations. The guard thrust just working out for Papa Pesto as well, but the back throw. And Shaylee's now going to take this to set point, potentially 2-0 in our future.
Now, if there's any time to lock in, now it is the time for Pesto because he is one round away from losing. And Shaylee is looking so confident. His play is so confident. He has no doubts about what he's doing every single time whenever he tosses that move. There's intent behind it. And you can see it right here as he intends to open up Pesto and does it right there. Takes him to the corner. Doesn't get that final hit there, but it's okay because we're still able to keep this corner pressure going.
Yep, being able to use the flow. Accepted that Papa Pesto already had a higher grid gauge, so you can take it. I'm going to use float very aggressively. It worked out pretty well. Finally, though, Papa Pesto getting a bait on the reversal, and this is where Carmine shines.
Absolutely. Get into the blood prison. 1, 2. Can you do math? There we go. Sets up the bomb. Second bomb. Shaylee caught by it. Yeah. Pesto should be able to close off this round now.
Yeah. And doesn't even need to spend any of that meter. Is able to go into this next round with 200. Huge boon for the back of Papa Pesto. Be able to fight Shaylee's full stick of butter as well.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Carmine, right? You don't have to spend resources to act as high damage because using using his health as a resource, you gotta have high damage to counteract that.
Exactly. And right now Papa Pesto's keeping this momentum going beautifully. Get back in the blood prison. Only one puddle this time.
That grid instead, but we might be losing the cycle very soon here. And when Shaylee finds that combo confirmed, that's going to be the end of cycle for Pesto and will be the start of the cycle for Shaylee.
Oh, gets the 2-way in.
2-way opening. We have CBO available if we choose to spend it. I think CBO might be enough to kill too.
Yeah, smart steer just gonna no. Goes to CBO.
There we go. I don't know now. The scaling looked a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Oh, CBO never kills, man! Of course CBO never kills!
Oh, but the run-up throw will seal the deal. That's going to be Shaylee moving on to Winners Finals. Show us those stickers.
You got the Garnfield sticker. Oh, hell yeah. We got the UNI2 sticker as well in there. Yeah, let's go. Shaylee, looking good. And I think this is going to be Shaylee's best performance at Texas Showdown as well. Last year was his first time at Texas Showdown, so it's really cool to see him back. He's a longtime friend of the UNI community. So showing his stuff, being an invader, taking down some more of those Texas players, and securing a spot in Winners Finals. And now, like I said before, we got the Hulk. We got Silent. We have more chances to take out Shaylee before he gets to that Winners Side Grand Final spot, secure an even better position. But we're going to be talking about the person Silent is playing against, because I'm sure that if you are tapped into the UNI community, you know who Silent is. But Killer Kitty, on the other hand, a bit more of a sleeper player.
Yeah, does play often, in the Texas scene. Killer Kitty 19, a Batista player, did make top 8 at Texas Showdown last year, if I remember properly. And, we don't see a lot of Batistas anymore. Everyone, says, Defiant, Big Black, they all say, if you ask them, Batista's really good, but she's just so hard to play that a lot of people don't end up giving her, because, got omnidirectional charge, you've got negative edge. Charge partitioning, I think, is still a big thing for her.
Yeah, and you saw right there with Shaylee playing Kuon, is the mindset right now is that Kuon is just the easier Batista.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of things similar to Batista, maybe not as well as Batista, but you're not really looking for that. You just want to be able to get that consistent execution.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason why Batista is kind of thrown to the side nowadays, but Batista's still an incredibly strong character, and Killer Kitty being one of the sole representatives nowadays that's still playing her. So it can be a bit of a knowledge check as well, because this is a new game. It is UNI2. We don't have that much experience outside of that UNI Clear experience. And Killer Kitty, a sleeper player because he frequently competes in Under Night as well, but he is a consistent top 8, I would say, here at Texas Showdown. He's made it last year. He's made it in previous years as well, and every single time he always gets ridden off.
Yeah, because like you said, it's that infrequent enterings. That's true among quite a few top 8s across different games at Texas Showdown, where I'll go do my research to see all right, what tournaments they enter. I see the first result is Texas Showdown 2024. I'm like, okay, I see. You're just one of those people that's like, hey, I'll just be playing online, just chilling around, playing offline with friends, don't enter anything, and I'll just pop up and make a top 8.
And let me tell you, he is going to be high off his win from Blaze Blue Central Fiction. He did take first place this year, so he's already pretty pumped up here for Under Knife. But playing against Silent is going to be a difficult task. This is winner side though, so we do have that extra safety net. But still though, you want to be able to do as much as you can to keep Phonon zoned out, which Phonon also kind of wants to be at range as well. And Killer Kitty's mindset so far for this tournament has been like, I want to zone you out because he does not believe in his combos because he has not played the new version that much.
Exactly. Getting these crystals set out. Gets a counter hit. Silent trying to take the turn back. But unfortunately, Killer Kitty is closing doors at every opportunity for it.
Sets up the sun, and there it is. The sun's rays pressuring you from above into a gold throw. Silent getting caught.
Oh, catching Killer Kitty standing up. And Silent very ready to get that install start going on the offense.
Into the cross-up reset. Killer Kitty caught on the other side and now is put on a defense immediately, but we have access to that flash kick if we so want to use it. Very big, very potent, and Silent will have to respect it, but Killer Kitty so far has been respecting Silent's mix.
Yep.
There it is. There's the C flash kick.
Yeah. And one of the strongest things that gets played for true across like every game that has a flash kick character where the flash kick is strong is you want to try and make that player forced to stand. We saw Killer Kitty standing a lot in Silence pressure. And for like half a second there, you get one more move where you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, that change shift to stay safe. We're playing very close. Killer Kitty. Oh no, not able to fully get that combo there. Oh, just a very long game. We had 12 seconds left. We're just continuing to zone each other out as patient as possible with Silent waiting in the end with that fireball. We're going to start off with a C laser. Now, those lasers are kind of tough to work with here in Batista. The reason why is because while they're such a potent full screen option, you do have to hold forward in order to get that to land. So a lot of times you can be susceptible to those full screen loads like 3C.
Yeah, and I mean, that just makes round start for it a lot better because you're going to have that board going. You don't have to worry about anything. So they're going to be pressing a button. And if you're confident the laser's going to be fast enough, you just win.
And also, I believe they can contest with the 63 round start that Bono has. Being one of the fastest round starts in the game kind of just blows up everything.
Oh, nice.
And the 3C coming in, I think, once again, we're probably trying to go for a laser there.
Yeah. And it's like, this is what's going to cause this set to go long, because Killer Kitty obviously wants to be on the other side of the screen most of the time. And it's really been good from Silent, being able to snipe Killer Kitty coming on the way down with that 3C. So that is really going to be Silent's crux of this matchup so far.
Absolutely.
Oh, with the orb just catching Silent on the way down. The crystal explosion as well, but a grid break. This is going to allow Silent to push to the corner. Gets a counter hit.
There's the throw. That's going to be a tech. Ooh, 5A. That's not going to work.
There we go. Another.
Damage potential from Batista is always fantastic as well. The crystal explosion catches Silent, and Killer Kitty going for the dash up C, I believe. And that's going to catch Silent one more time, pushing into the corner. We have meter to work. We have change it to work with. Going for a cross-up mix-up, but Silent immediately clapping back. Great press on that button on defense.
Yeah, got a nice 2A. Gets a little skill, finds another counter hit. This is going to offer a lot more opportunity. Yeah, Silent can route here. Go for some Oki, most like, no, CBO.
I don't think that's enough.
Is that CBO? He's going to use it to gain advantage.
On the IWEX comes out from Killer Kitty as a Hail Mary, but Silent going to block that, knowing that, like a flash kick is probably going to come out right, too.
Yeah.
Right? You got to respect that.
Yeah, that's one of the painful things when you have such a good reversal, is those times you want to go for a reversal IWEX, your opponent is baiting out the DP in the first place, and it just gets baited out by proxy.
Right, and Bonon, while being a bit of a zoner as well. Oh my god, we tried a creeping edge and Killer Kitty. Or was that creeping edge? It might have been the shield. But either way, Killer Kitty gained that grid break. So now we have that cycle under lock with Silent. Getting that reset onto the other side that's been catching Killer Kitty multiple times so far. Killer Kitty has been struggling to get this advantage back. Spiping out decent even health, and it looks like Silent will be finishing the job. Very consistent with his combo conversions.
Yeah, Silent moving on to winners finals. Definitely, expected, of course, if you know Silent. I mean, Killer Kitty is showing really good stuff. Seeing the Batista, as always, is a treat. I'm a huge partial person to charge characters of all varieties. Kaguya stole my heart in this game, but I was interested initially in Batista when, was at EVO 2023, had that uni panel. It was like, hey, you can go back to the testing area that we all saw starting up. It's like, hey, UNI2, you can start playing it. I was like, all right, lock in Batista. And they handed me a fresh DualShock 4, and my thumb was hurting.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. But hopefully y'all have been enjoying Under Night so far. That has been all of winners round 1 and losers round 1, but we have a lot more of top 8 left for y'all. So go ahead, stay tuned, grab a snack, and we'll be back very soon.
A longtime partner of Texas Showdown, we're glad to once again have Arcade Shock as one of our featured partners for this year as the go-to place for your newest lever or leverless build. Be sure to check out the completely customized and very limited Texas Showdown 2025 themed Traveler Arcade Stick. Visit their booth over by the Retro Landing where they're showcasing all the neat features and customization options available. Quantities are limited on site, so don't forget to use code TXS2025 to save 10% on parts and accessories. Valid from March 28th through 31st, 2025.
Yet another great featured partner of Texas Showdown 2025. They offer a wide range of products from various franchises, including Marvel, DC Comics, Transformers, Star Wars, and more. Use their Pile of Loot feature for ultimate flexibility when purchasing and enjoy their $4 flat rate shipping. No minimum, no maximum. Congratulations to Big Bad Toy Store for their 25th anniversary.
Check out our 2025 merch lineup this year for Texas Showdown. Don't miss out on our collab with Spith with our limited run bomber jackets and shirts. You want Nova? Of course you do. We've brought her back due to high demand, and now you could rep her on the go with our new acrylic charm, or even take an iconic print of her home after the event. We're located in the main ballroom this year, next to our featured partners. The Brook Gen SX is the latest fighting game board for all current gen consoles with tournament-ready functionality, OLED display module support, RGB LED input lighting options, and more. Likewise, the FGC2 converter is optimized for all types of PS5 games and PC. It's a must-have for offline tournaments if you don't have a PS5-friendly arcade stick or controller. Both of these products will also be available at the Arcade Shock booth, so don't forget to hit them up if you're here this weekend, and online at arcadeshock.com.
Kansas KO returns for round 3 on August 30th, 2025 at Wichita State University's Beggs Ballroom, featuring 6 mainline games, 3 streams, community tournaments, and more. Don't miss out on Kansas's largest and most electrifying FGC event. Early bird registration ends April 1st. Register today at start.gg/KansasKO.
You can be my warm-up. Come on, let's go! thinking you'll miss it. Here we go. Gotta tell ya. Fatal Fury to the Eagles.
Welcome back, everyone. We have gotten that patch fixed. Thank you, Twitch chat, for recognizing it is hilarious. It's the weekend sale. The sign of all things is what clued everyone on to that bug patch not being here.
But we're here for a Uni top 8. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top 8 we have so far. We've gone through winner semis and top 8 losers round 1, but now we're in top 6. We have Shaylee and Killer Kitty up in winners finals. Shaylee and Silent up in winners finals. And then down on losers, we have Killer Kitty versus that one dude. And then Papa Pesto versus Rodent as well. It's going to be a treat for the remainder of this block. And they're here to win something. They're here to win money, but also this trophy. Very beautiful trophy. They've been investing a lot more in these trophies nowadays, and I want it now.
Yeah, it's ours, though. Sorry, Shaylee, Silent, whoever ends up taking it, this is ours. But we're taking it back to. I'm taking it to DFW.
You're gonna display it up on the Suplex shelf,
the
FX game shelf. The stream is going to take it. But it's going to be a wonderful top 6 that we have so far. We're going to be going straight to losers between Papa Pesto and Ryoden as our first set. So that's going to be Hyde versus Carmine, unless these players decide to switch to a different character. I don't think so, because I'm sure they've been practicing on their mains rather than their secondaries. But there's always that possibility where Ryoden may be more comfortable playing the Wagner into the Carmine or the Ori into Hyde. You never really know what to expect, but I think we have a good idea when it comes to those mains as that first selection.
Yeah, and, sometimes you feel like, all right, it's losers top 8. Maybe I want to try out Ori. Just have fun with her for one set.
Do not. Pesto, if you hear me, do not. I'm like, it's like the Interstellar scene where I'm like banging on the glass. No, don't do it.
Just win. Just play Carmine.
Oh, man. But now we're going to go to the character select, and we're locking into the Hyde, we're locking into the Carmine. And Rodent and Pesto have both played each other quite a bit. Both of them from the Houston area, and so I'm sure they both have a lot of experience with each other. If Rodent wins here, this will be a massive upset, as that will be getting Rodent a 4th place score. But right now, Pesto is not really putting much of a fight for Ryoden in his way. At least
Oh
not yet so
my.
far. There's another throw, and they confirm, and the damage just keeps on stacking up.
Yeah. Ryoden striker throw. Oh, there's the tech on this time.
Yo, throw loops and under night?
Yo.
Say no more.
But unfortunately for Ryoden, everything must come to an end, and that's a lot of concentration used. Pesto able to get the cycle.
Good usage of that force function to bring that puddle to Ryoden's location. And Pesto going to be turning things around. Look at the amount of damage he's dishing out. Ryoden did so much work before what? We have changed it, but we're not going to be able to use it yet. No, we're going to be using it there. Pesto getting it through, recovering some health. Ryoden out of the corner, spinning the meter on the special move. Getting the blast race, getting the grid break because Pesto chose to shield it. And Ryoden might be able to close it out here. No, not quite. Still holding on. The force function going to catch Ryoden, trying to backdash out. Force function going to keep him locked down, but the punish with the 5A will be enough.
A little smack away. It's like, get out of my face. We're going back to round start. Here we go. Pesto now being the aggressor, taking advantage first thing off in this round. Different story than the previous round's start. And here we go. Gets the crystal, but we're just going to catch right out.
Break confirmed, going to Ryoden. Pesto did run away with that previous round, but Ryoden, I mean, once he has Pesto locked in the corner, is just doing such a great job at maintaining that advantage. It's just when he gets put into the defense, on the defense instead, it becomes a lot harder for him to claw his way back.
Absolutely. Here we go. Got the Carmine special. Yeah,
yeah, no, that's very risky trying to go for that 2-1-4 series again. Yeah. See, Ryoden did that last time and was successful, but I think Pesto kind of bookmarked that in his head. It's like, okay, yeah, now I have to look out for that now. And now that he had that in his mind that he's going to go for a 2-1-4 to get to the other side, he's going to be placing himself at a distance away to where it's not going to do that.
Yeah. Also, Pesto just has so much advantage that if going for that lockdown, just using the resources to try and keep Ryoden there in the corner didn't end up working out, there was an entire combo's worth of life that Pesto could just give to Ryoden and still be in an advantageous position.
That's the fourth function, but a great 6-2-3 from Pesto will be sniping straight through it. You gotta be careful against playing those ranges because of all the disjoints that Carmine has available to him.
Nice. Calm neutral here for just a few seconds. Gets clipped.
And jumping in on Carmine can be tough as well because if you jump to the other side, he does have cross-up protection with his 63. Pesto on set point over Ryoden. Ryoden was looking really strong before, but now is starting to lose that momentum. It's going to continue to lose that momentum as Pesto tosses out these fireballs, and Ryoden is constantly going for these backdashes in neutral and is constantly getting punished for doing that.
Yeah, and gets the left-right mix on Ryoden. Going for change shift just to get this hard knockdown. Wants to set up one puddle, sliding it on over.
And these backdashes are kind of like a double whammy too, because you get punished by them, you get hit by a high damage combo, but you also lose grid in the process, and you're going to be losing a lot of health off that combo. Pesto very cleanly cleaning that up, and is going to be moving forward as he knocks out Ryoden from the bracket. But honestly, what a fantastic performance from Ryoden. Making 5th place at Texas Showdown is certainly no easy feat, even beating Twang for that upset. Yeah. And honestly, I think Ryoden certainly put up a show.
Absolutely. And, Ryoden, one of those players, definitely, like you said, keep your eye on, is more of one of the new gen of Uni players, and is definitely being able to hold their own with these old heads, these people you've seen have really long and storied careers, and Ryoden's getting up there, and I would not be surprised to see Ryoden's name on a lot of those ARC World Tour leaderboards, getting some qualifiers in this upcoming year.
Hey, we'll see. The competition for Under Night is very tight. You're not even seeing the full breadth of it here at Texas Showdown, as it's really just limited to Texas players outside of Shaley, which is our one invader. But we're going to be seeing that later on in the bracket. And instead, we're going to be jumping on to that other losers match, which should be between Killer Kitty and
One dude.
There you go. That one dude and Killer Kitty. So that's going to be Batista versus Gordeau.
It's going to be really interesting to see how these two interact with each other, because the spacings that they want to play at are not necessarily the same, but they coincide in awkward positions, because Gordeau wants to stay a little bit further back, but not like entirely at the point where Batista really wants you to be at, and it's just close enough to really make some decisions for zoning not as good as they once were.
I suppose so. And Gordeau is also good because he also has some options against Batista's zoning because he has great burst options from longer distances. Think Grim Reaper, for example. It's this very fast, giant hitbox that you can just send out. And even if it's not leading to a full combo, you're at least getting some semblance of a knockdown and some semblance of advantage if it does land. Same thing with Moral Slide.
Wonder if we'll see, one dude, not sure if it was just more of a disrespect when it was back in pools of just doing meaty Grim Reaper, but could definitely be something to throw in the back pocket against Killer Kitty. Although Killer Kitty hasn't shown enough wake up pressing an option if it's not outside of flash kick to make that pretty worth doing without chain shift.
Also, compared to a lot of other Gordeaus, he's very that one dude is very reserved when it comes to using Grim Reapers as like a round starts or as like big burst options. So I wonder how his playstyle is going to coincide with playing against a zoner like Batista, because compared to other Gordeaus, they tend to be a little more ambitious when it comes to just sending that Grim Reaper from longer distances. But this may be moving his hand to having to do that.
Yeah, like you said, when you have this more reserved, neutral-focused play style, it really does help in a lot of matchups. A lot of people aren't used to it. Like you said, most other Gordeaus like to send really aggressive options. And now it's up to that one dude to start being a little more oppressive and a little more aggressive as it once were.
Absolutely, but it's going to be zoned out by the lasers first. You got to get past it. You see on Mortal Slide at 10th, but yeah, Batista's at full screen. Mortal Slide ain't a full screen move.
Got close enough for the force function, but Killer Kitty was able to block, is able to confirm into a combo now, get some Oki set up, that chain shift. Not going to do much in the way of getting that one dude out, but found a hit anyway.
Absolutely, also has the cycle. Doesn't counter hit there, but that one dude not able to maintain that advantage. Instead, Killer Kitty going to turn that one around. Pops the crystal to extend the combo. Going to spend the steer ender, not going to spend any meter, instead saving it for the mix or saving for defense. Instead now just backing up. It's like, I'm just going to continue to zone you out, and you're going to have to find an answer for it, because if you're constantly taking all this, then, you know, you're not going to, oh no.
Oh, that's a massive starter. Not going to be the end of it. Unfortunately, not able to finish it out in the way that one dude wanted. Yeah. Well, doesn't even have to spend no meter required, just the chain shifts. Really good efficiency from that one dude. It's going to be very necessary to keep that pace going.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. Nice anti-air, but Killer Kitty is able to recover up in the air. So it's not going to be leaning to too much, but it will be kind of just like, okay, Killer Kitty has to keep that in mind. If he's going up in the air, then that one dude can easily just make his way under and snipe you.
Yeah, like you say, it's like, sure, you can't get a confirm off the anti-air super high up, but like you said, it's now something that Killer Kitty has to take in mind, can't do freely.
Mortal Slide narrowly avoiding. Oh, and the spicy catches that one dude there.
Yeah. Here we go, got the setup. Keep one dude locked down, chain shift to just restart that pressure. Just in your face laser. Hold down back range,
but we were able to shield all of that. So far, Killer Kitty hasn't been representing much in terms of that overhead game. So that one dude is not scared of going for these shields to build up that grid, and was able to get Celestial in the process. Got a lot of extra damage here, 500 to be exact. Is going to be spending that IW, cashing out immediately for 5.5k, charging up that cycle once again to try and win it. And once again, really smart shields. If you're going to continue to zone out that one dude, then you can get all this free grid in the process.
Yeah, that is something to really keep in mind on Killer Kitty's side of just how much grid is getting bled to that one dude. It's been the crux of why that one dude's able to find massive cash outs and some of these riskier options that now become safe from the backup of chain shift.
See how that one dude is structuring his neutral as well to kind of deal with Killer Kitty's zoning. He's also tying in more of those force functions to grab Killer Kitty from the other side of the orb. And he's also weaving in more of those 3Cs to try and catch Killer Kitty under the orb if he's trying to use something like the lasers we have to hold for to charge.
Yeah. This all just culminates into that Killer Kitty is going to try and be able to find something else. Trying to go for that gold throw, but gets teched. That one dude able to find a hit here. Nice and solid punish.
Absolutely. Mortal Slide going to continue to pressure Killer Kitty from afar. Open the dash in is going to get that counter hit that Killer Kitty is looking for.
Set up here.
Looking nice. Okay, that Crystal Explosion will be covering that 3D attempt from that one dude.
Great change shift, just keeping the turn alive. That one dude.
Side plus frames. Oh, and went for a delayed flash kick, but that one dude's still not biting, expecting it most likely.
Yeah, I mean, that one dude's not really pressured here to make any of those strong, meaty options. Because that one dude, up a game. The round life totals are fairly equal.
And maintaining force function is so important. Maintaining cycle is so important as Bordeaux, especially in this matchup in particular, because force function becomes bigger if you have cycle. So you can see that one dude maintaining it in neutral so that he can snipe Killer Kitty trying to zone him out.
Yeah, absolutely. And being able to have more long-range tools, longer-range tools that are able to compete with Batista is excellent for that one dude. And here's another round one off the back of this really just efficient playstyle from that one dude.
Yeah, because when you have cycle, the size of the hitbox doesn't just become horizontally long, but vertically long. So you are able to hit crouchers, and that's what's really important, especially against a charge character like Batista. And right now, that one dude has a very big lead. Killer Kitty hasn't really been able to take a round over that one dude, I think, yet so far.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely been one round Killer Kitty has gotten.
But these other rounds have been looking so much in that one dude's favor. Even if Killer Kitty can extend the length of these rounds, we're not getting hits. We're not getting damage. Instead, we're just giving that one dude meter.
But here's a good opportunity for Killer Kitty going to try and set up, but that one dude waking up, reversal option.
Punish. Oh, and catches Killer Kitty, taking up to the air, maybe trying to go for an aerial laser. And now that one dude catching Killer Kitty, meeting 200 meter on the table. We can go for an IW, increase damage from C chain shift as well. Grim Reaper.
Catches Killer Kitty, standing.
And there it is, spends the meter for the invul, and that one dude moves on to secure a 4th place spot at minimum. Being a huge threat so far. Honestly, I've been surprised by that one dude's performance. I mean, beforehand you're like, okay, he's probably going to make top 8, right? But now he's in 4th and making it over the likes of Ryoden, making it over the likes of Killer Kitty, making it over the likes of Twain, and is continuing to keep this bracket run going. But now I believe we're going to be going to the winner side of the bracket. I saw Silent stepping up to the stage, so I believe we're going to be seeing Silent versus Shaylee as a long-awaited match.
Absolutely. 2 of these players are currently in the Aegis Team League for Uni as well, and both their teams in their respective divisions are at the top. Nearly undefeated on both ends. These players, aces of their teams, it's fair to say, despite their teams both being incredibly strong, and both of them going to be playing out here in top 3. Very likely, too, if you have to be a betting person, that Grand Finals will be the same set. And this is going to set that tone, set the pace for what we're going to see later on.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a big, how do I say it? It's going to set the status quo for the rest of the tournament, I think, right? Because if you're able to get into Winners Grand Finals here, it's going to be hard to trying to take that back because these players are so evenly matched, I feel. And one thing I know these players really do feel is that they want to win Texas Showdown right here, right now, because none of the players here in this top 8 have won a Texas Showdown. Silent has, for being one of the strongest players, has always been so close to that first place. I mean, 3rd place last year, right? 4th place in 2023, 2nd place in 2022, and he's putting up great performances in the past year. 7th place as Combo Breaker, 9th place at Climax of Night, but constantly either getting top 8 or getting snubbed at that 1st place spot. But now this might be his opportunity. He doesn't have a player like Masoma, like Defiant, like Big Black to wall him out, and instead it's just him and Shaylee in the way. Just don't let that bald head distract you.
Yeah.
The light glaring off. It could get in your eyes.
Look, that light on stage, when you're on player 2 side, shines right at your head. So I think it's a little bit even more of a beacon for Silent, potentially.
I hate that you're going to the beacon. All right, Shaylee starting off strong. That's going to be a great early confirm and great second combo afterwards as well. Going in for the follow-up. Going to be probably spending resources on this combo as well, I think. Or we're probably not. Nope, we will. Okay, we're going to get that hard knockdown. We're going to step the ring once again. And there's the mix. She's finally going to block all of it. And playing defense as Phonon can be difficult. As strong as her pressure can be, as safe as it can be, her defense leaves a little bit to be desired.
Yeah. Oh my, what a flash kick. Out there from Shaylee, claiming that round. Like you said, there's a lot of safeness within Phonon's pressure. Not only from her ability to just stay further away, but her buttons just really flow together quite well.
Yeah, and I like that you're pointing out the combos as well, because Phonon can so easily normalize her combo because of options like 4B that basically normalize your combo structure because they back the opponent into a very specific distance. So she has very consistent rooting. She has very consistent high damage as well. Some of the best meter spend in the game, but Silent dropping that combo. Yeah. Red miss, but now you gotta deal with the Phonon pressure. Like, okay, how do I get past this? She's fooling you with his whip from this far distance, and you gotta find that risky option to get out.
Yeah, with such a huge life differential, Silent just needed one good match. A single 2-way at any unopportune point would have ended it. But now, life totals got reset. Shaylee still on the back foot, though.
Want to block on the cross-up.
Got out of one corner just to get put into the other.
Oh, plus frames on demand. There's the install coming in. That's going to be changing the property of her whip moves. But Shaylee going to be getting that laser confirm into the 2-2 pillar, and now is going to be getting this knockdown here in mid-screen as we set up the C ring into another charge ring. There's the float mix. Good blocks from Silent. Silent has been consistently blocking these overheads, and we load the creeping edge through it, and now Silent has the lead as Shaylee is stuck in the corner, spends the change shifts, tosses out the laser, but great dash blocks from Silent to avoid that.
Yeah, amazing revival of Shaylee's ability to get this pressure started. You know, using these lasers, trying to keep Silent pinned down, unable to do so once again on the magic mix of the flash kick coming out.
Yeah, that's a very risky flash kick because remember what I said, you're as Phonon, you're playing at such a far distance away and you're still able to put up so much pressure that a small flash kick like Huon's is not really going to be as effective.
Yeah. But there, that flash kick worked out in Shaylee's favor. Still grid broken. Should be on grid broken right before cycle. Not going to get enough time. Just decides to use it for float instead. Give up that Vorpal to Silent.
Okay, but this is a nice combo. At the end of the day, gain damage is also incredibly important as well. And even though cycle can be arguably more important, Shaylee will be getting that cycle off of this one. Oh, wait, no, we won't.
Oh, nice tech there. Chain shift throw, definitely a solid option.
Silent with a pixel of life in a dream. See what he has in store. Chain shift, concentrate in his face. The jump goes unchecked, but there's the 2A.
Go, Silent taking that in stride. Like, was quite a tough situation to try and make a comeback there. Has a lot of meter still, a lot of meter advantage. And definitely does the grid more than not. And here's that install.
Plus frames on demand, and that was kind of just the turn ender right there, using that 6-3 pillar. It is great because what the option of Silent was trying to do, he was trying to frame trap Shaylee there. But it didn't work out, so he kind of just released his turn.
Ooh, there's that flash kick that Shaylee wanted that cost the game in the previous other round. But now it's just working out really well. Using that tornado, keeping Silent on the other side of the screen, locking down in awkward positions.
All right, consistent 2 rounds going to Shaylee. Looking pretty even. This will be a first of 3 since we're in winners finals.
We're definitely going to be going the distance. Finds a counter hit, but unfortunately, very awkward position to find a counter hit in.
Oh no. No, that's going to be Celestial going to Shaylee. Yeah, this is big. I mean, if we want to just change shift now, we're just going to get 200 meter like that for free.
Oh, but great counter hit. I mean, what good is all this meter if you're not going to give it a chance to use it?
Okay, Silent pressuring him with these projectiles, going for the strike throw mix, tries to go for a throw, but gets punished. Yeah, Silent does quite like that strike throw mix. It's kind of like the the zoner going for the strike there, you just never expect it. But that's something you have to do again when you're bone on, because your mix can sometimes not be the strongest in some situations.
Yeah, especially as a player like Shaylee is going to know these mixed opportunities if Silent just keeps going into it. Like you said, you have to enforce strike throw even though you're not a strike throw character.
Yeah, but she does have a fast overhead and can combo off it with resources as well. So yeah, it's still very scary. I mean, like that's the fast overhead, but Shaylee on top of it, knowing when it's going to come out.
Yeah, another Celestial. Going to pop the chain shift. Just get out of that corner. Use it to regenerate all of that meter spent for EX Wheel.
2A into the throw. Strike. There's the tick throw for Shaylee. Takes another round.
Oh my god, starting off violently. Silent going to have to start respecting Shaylee a little bit more. Oh, never mind, just immediately wakes up, catches Shaylee, floating in a little too close.
Okay, Shaylee, another clean combo coming in here. Knockdown, C fireball. Another fireball set up, creeping edge to get out. Tries to go for, what was that, a 3C? I'm not too sure. There it is. Oh, 2B, that's what it was.
All right, 200 meters, Silent not going to use any of it there. There we go.
Plus frames on command, 2-2BC. Into the throw. Run up, throw again. Nope, you were just going for the J236 fireballs.
Oh no, the tech into the back throw. Shaylee going to claim a second game on the board. It's getting scary for Silence. Looking like Shaylee might be our grand finals sitter.
Trying to get up to that throne that is Winter Side Grand Finals, but Silent still taking a game. You can take the game, you can take the set. It's just a matter if you can close these ones out, and Shaylee is the one that's closing out these combos for sure.
Absolutely. Getting Silent over, not entirely in the corner, but close enough to where, yeah, having to try and make space puts you there for free. No combo needed.
Okay, good shields from Silent, going to be getting a lot of grid off of that. And that's going to be Celestial going to Silent, immediately spending it on the 623C.
Yeah. I mean, you get all that meter back, why not? And this is probably going to be a nice, pressure string. Oh, no, never mind. Just going to flash kick on wake up. No pressure for you, Silent.
There's another 63 hit coming in. Yeah, Shaylee starting to respect those pillars because you really have to. But Shaylee does not respect that pressure afterwards. And now it's going to be close, but not quite.
Builds the meter just in time.
I thought we were not building meter.
Yeah, it was very close there to get to that 100 to claim it. It was a really just probably that final attack.
Shaylee on set point. One more round is all he needs. Gets sniped by the pillar, but Silent unable to confirm off of it. Has chain shift, spends it right there to use the pillar once again, and Shaylee going to take his turn back with that laser, air laser, ground laser, pillar, keeping Silent honest from full screen, using those rings as well to make sure that Silent can't just be tossing out these 236 fireballs from the air as easily.
Yep. Got full screen, Silent found a 3C, able to snipe Shaylee a little bit, starting to reverse the momentum, gets a nice counter hit. And here is that combo, unfortunately not able to get as much damage as Silent would have liked. But pressure's still yours. You're still in a great spot. The trade.
Oh, gets sniped by the meter laser, and now Shaylee is going to be getting a full confirm off of this. So to the ring, continue to be that wall against Silent, chain shift into the low. Silent not going to get opened up, trying to open up. Shaylee gets the cross up, but not able to get a confirm to a combo. Shaylee still alive, Silent still alive, blocking out the twister, getting some grid, going to be getting the cycle, but now you have to play defense against Shaylee with his float cancels. There's the pillar! We have the meter! Silent should be able to get the killer. Don't drop the combo. We do
Smart
not.
steer.
Stabilizing it into the steer ender.
Yeah. Having the steer is like, okay, steer is not going to use any of my meter, but I'm going to just use it. Guarantee that kills. Really like that option from Silent. Now you have 200 meter, able to really enforce some scary pressure here in the corner.
That ball is back into Silent's court, and he's going to be taking that ball and dunking it on Shaylee's head. There's the massive Massive starter for Silent. Doesn't even spend any meter yet, and that's 4k damage without spending any meter. Now spending meter gets 4.6k, and Shaley is a little bit worse for wear.
But the counter hit wasn't able to confirm. But hey, Grid is still online. Chain shift.
Into the throw, gets tech, chain shift to keep his turn, into the overhead, going to the other side to keep the corner. Shaley still electing to block all this, and spends the flash kick on Silent's approach.
Here's Celestial. Shaley able to make one combo. Killed, there it is. Oh, the flash kick.
Flash kick. The 4B not going to bring Shaley there close enough, but the Grid break throw is going to be keeping a Silent alive as we go to a 2-2 here. Final game of Winners Finals.
This is cinema here at Texas Showdown. Here we go, Shaley trying to open up Silent, but the pillar gonna say no.
That's the 2C launcher coming in from Shaley. That's going to be a great start for this next round here. Silent, though, has the cycle in his favor. Wow! Able to confirm off of that. We saw Silent mess up those confirms before, and that looks like an even awkward hit compared to the others, but did end up working out, using those fireballs from the air to keep Shaley locked down for a little bit longer. And now, I mean, just the name of Photon's pressure is just pressure reset after pressure reset after pressure reset, and it's on you to find that opening.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the run up throw. Silent saying, you know what, Shaley, you're liking to block. I've been conditioning you to block so much. Why don't you open yourself up for me? And now it is Silent who was on set point.
That he is, but Shaley, just like Silent, is going to be starting off this next round with 200 meter on the table, and Shaley immediately going to respect that pillar from Silent. You have to respect that pillar round start, especially when Silent has so much meter on hand. He spent it on the install, but that install timer will run out. Now Shaley has Silent in the corner, a situation we've seen multiple times before, but Silent able to weave his way out, spends the chain shift to get that meter refund back to 200 meter. Shaley spent that flash kick to get him off of him.
Now Shaley using these loads. Nice tag and the confirm coming out from Silent. Great way to get yourself out of the corner. Going to hit the cross up, another combo.
The reset is looking good. Shaley looking worse for wear. No resources, but spends the flash kick. He at least has that invuln option. And there's the C laser into the 2-2 pillar. Confirm, and Shaley is bringing us to a final game, final round.
Yeah, nothing less expected of these two. Double counter hit. Not going to favor anybody this time.
Gas and trade. Shaley just poking and prodding with these A lasers, and the B laser comes out, catching Silent off guard. Good luck so far, and the challenge from Silent looking clean.
Yeah, definitely can spend meter here. Opts to not. Gonna make this corner version even more terrifying with the back. So much grid, 200 meter. The world is Silent's oyster at this very moment.
That he is, and Shaley, unfortunately, with his back up against the wall, will not be able to see the sights of the world, but looks like he's going to be breaking out of his closet and makes it to that mid-screen here as he pushes Silent out and gains a Celestial in the process. Now we don't have to worry so much about playing that grid war because we have that grid advantage, and we're going to be spending that chain shift to get that meter refund. Immediately the flash kick gets baited out. Silent is going to be moving on to Winners Grand Finals.
Yeah, smart steer Ender. Make no mistakes, keeping it ultra simple. Congrats to Silent for making it to Grands. Shaley, what one heck of a fight. Whew. Yeah, you can see just how much tension has released from Silent.
Such a close set. An absolute nail biter, I would say.
Yeah, that came down to like every single interaction throughout the entire set mattered. And there was no foretelling at any point that the fate was sealed. There's no fate that was sealed at any of the time.
Yeah. Man, Silent, this might be his time to get that first place.
Yeah.
He's secured a fantastic spot in the bracket, and like I said before, he is setting that status quo for the rest of this top 8. He's sitting up there pretty high and mighty, and now Shaley, they're pretty evenly matched. So
yeah,
trying to get that reset can be quite difficult, but it's certainly a possibility. But there's also that possibility that we do see some other players shake that up as well. They're going to be jumping down to the losers semifinals as our last first of two set of the day between that one dude with his surprising Gordo versus Papa Pesto on the Carmine, a classic player in a classic situation he finds himself in. Loser semifinals. That's like his home, right? He's always there. He's always like in the mines, but he always somehow claws his way back up to these really high placements. But can he make it further? Can he beat that one dude? Can he beat Shaylee? Can he beat Silent to take first place? Like I said before, Pesto also one of the strongest players in Texas, but consistently has been snubbed of that first place spot. All these players want it, and it just comes down to who is going to take it in the end.
Yeah, so we were
That's the question.
really talking about between Silent and Shaylee, like wanting to be in grand finals. But the reason why you want to be in this winner's side is because all three who are down here in this loser's side, that one dude, Papa Pesto, Shaylee, all very strong contestants. There is going to be a tooth and nail grinding matchup that someone has to play in order to face Silent. And then you've got the giant wall that is Silent to take 2 sets in a row with at the end of it. That one dude, Papa Pesto, they do have endurance. They can definitely make these runs.
We got the Hulk.
Yeah. There's the Hulk. I mean, we can even say one of them is Doomsday. We have Doomsday and the Hulk coming out here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But what a weekend it has been. So many surprises. I mean, there's like a decent amount of surprises in pools. It was a great watch. And Texas Under Night has always been a treat. I think we here in Texas have been blessed by having such a strong scene, such an active scene for such a niche game. Even with UNI2 gaining in popularity, it's always, on the lower end of things when it comes to player counts. But Texas Showdown is always that big event of the year where everyone's kind of watching as a community because we know all the strong players that are going to be in attendance.
Yeah, UNI2 might be a game that may not be high in numbers, but is overflowing with passion and love from the community, and it is always a great sign to see. It's great to see from, looking back at these VODs when we're going back, finding clips to put on our reels, and sometimes see from Twitch chat, see all these people talking the love of the game. It's definitely good for those that are, tuning in for different portions of the stream, like after this, or maybe even where before, you stood around for BBCF. It's like, oh, these people are so fun to hang out with. Maybe let me try UNI2. And you know what? You should. UNI2 is a great game.
Absolutely. And now we're here. It's been a good block so far, but good things must come to an end, and we're starting to reach the ending of what this bracket has culminated into as we get into our last, like I said, last versus two match between that one dude and Papa Pesto. Man, Papa Pesto is such a joy. You can the energy he has bleeds from the screen to the other side, like wherever you're watching, right? If you're watching that stream at home, you can feel that energy that he brings. He's such a joy to be around. But being a joy does not necessarily mean you have what it takes to win. And that one dude is going to try to win here as Gordo.
Absolutely. Here we go. Both players just trying to feel each other out. No one wanting to hard commit. That one dude finding the first confirm of the set now is going to be able to set the pace for what Papa Pesto has to adapt to.
Counter hit with that assault forward, but that one dude dropping our combos.
Nice, solid pressure here, not giving Papa Pesto too much leeway. However,
yeah, no, trying to 3D like that when Pesto wasn't doing anything and trying to press a button afterwards is just recipe to get counter hit.
Now it's Papa Pesto's corner. The veil up gets baited. And this is going to be a wide open territory for Papa Pesto to start putting the crystal here, putting a lot of puddles down, if so choose, but no.
Now that one dude, no more meter in his tank. And Pesto with all the meter as he cashes out on that Celestial. And now we'll be moving on into this next one with essentially 200 meter to work with.
Oh, nice blocks from Papa Pesto, able to find a punish here. That one dude on the back foot. And here we go. It's going to be just in force. One puddle here.
Wraith, redness. in the middle of a button, but that one dude not going to be spending any resources on a reversal. Instead, just going to elect to use a pre-seed to try and get out of this corner. And electing to do a lot of shield as well to try and win this cycle, but even when winning the cycle, gets hit in the process. So we'll only have change shift later on now that his health has been depleted. Plus frames, and he's just gonna walk him down.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think you're doing? Hand on the shoulder. Pesto going to be cashing out immediately. Spear Ender to stabilize the combo straight into the IW. Now Pesto takes the first round and the first game.
Yo, Bob has rubbing the hands. No, it's a little cold in the Texas Showdown venue.
It is not. It is not.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly.
There are 1,200 people in here.
Sure, it might be different up there, but like, you know, especially compared to some other venues that I've been to.
Anyways, Pesto with a great round start against that one dude. Going for the concentration. Yeah, I mean, there it is. The bomb to cover Pesto as that one dude tries to approach. And now that one dude locked into the corner. They're going to be stuck in jail pretty soon here in the Blood Prison. 1 and 2.
So wheel, nice. One dude just being very respectful. Unfortunately, opted to take a action and a commit where Pesto really felt like it just coerced into the decision.
Yeah, Theo straight to IW. That's optimal. That's a huge lead for Pesto. That one dude kind of scratching his head like, what am I going to do here? Because you really need to make something work now that Pesto is on set point. Good block so far from Pesto as that one dude is struggling to open him up. And, I mean, let's just talk about Pesto's movement as well, avoiding all these moves that one dude is tossing out.
Yeah, there's just been not a lot that one dude has been able to get. As we say that, force function.
That's huge.
And this is that one dude's prime opportunity to make big things happen. Grid break is definitely the start of something amazing.
Smack him on the head. Bend the meter, get that knockdown. Get that damage. Change shift, keep it going. Keep that pressure going.
Ends it nice and safe. Papa Pesto gonna get a grab, throw that one dude into the corner, but there's so much life. You know, Papa Pesto really has to force that one dude to make actions.
Yeah, Pesto, not much life to work with, but now you don't have to worry about losing any more life now. As Pesto, you can just commit to doing as much damage. Is that dead?
Is it? It's gonna be close.
No, that's not dead. I was a bit scared there for a moment, but that one dude's still alive, and Pesto still on set point. That one dude one hit away. He's been playing patient, but his patience may not be paying off. He needs to make something work right here, right now, and the 6-3 wall stops that one dude in his tracks. That Pesto now in the hot seat is going to be on this setup for the foreseeable future. But shout outs to that one dude. 4th place here at Texas Showdown. I'm not going to understand it.
Really showing what Gordo can do for someone who's put so much time, investment, learning what this character can do, playing so many different players, and, you know, just sets up for things to come. There's only going up from here.
That's true. And we're going to be going up in the game count as well, as now we're going back into first to 3 territory with losers finals and grand finals later on. Pesto going to be getting that run back against Shaylee. If you remember, Pesto lost 0-2 to Shaylee. Shaylee took those 2 games pretty cleanly, I would say. It feels like Pesto wasn't really able to do too much and was kind of locked out of the game for the majority of it. But now that we're going to a longer set format, maybe there's potential for Pesto to have more time to adapt and kind of think about what he needs to do to shut down Shaylee's game plan. While Shaylee right now, all he needs to do is lock in, knows he's beat Pesto before, kind of do what he knows works at the moment, and then get that run back against Silent later on.
Yeah, like he says, Shaylee can come in with the I know what works. And Papa Pesto has had time to stew over of, hey, I know what I did wrong. Let me look at also what Shaylee and Silent, find where Silent was able to open up Shaylee today. Start implementing some ideas in this runback. Because runbacks, especially when you have first to 3, you have more time. You can try different things. You have a fresh slate that you can, you know, come in with a new head and maybe make something generational happen. Get up there to fight Silent.
Yeah, Pesto scratching his chin like, what do I need to do here? Thinking about it. But we only have so much time to think about it as we get into our first set pretty soon here. And pretty soon is right now. We didn't even get to choose our colors. We're just running with the basics.
Yeah. Always. Is this Fun Check? It has to be. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It looked like a real set.
No, I think they're playing right now. No,
Okay.
are they not?
No.
I'm so confused, man. It definitely looked like it was real. Okay.
The mix starting before the set started. Gotta mix the commentators
Like,
fairly.
yo, if you're doing a button check, what you gotta do is like the most stupid option, round start, and then we'll know it's a button check. So if you try to do indie combos afterwards, then we're not mixed up, okay?
Yeah. Don't make it look like for the first 5 seconds we're playing the actual set.
Okay. But the time is now. Now it's real.
Yeah. Colors selected, stage and music picked out. And Papa Pesto is going to be the aggressor to start with. However, a grid break coming in from Shaylee's throw.
Okay. Pesto able to claw things back though, even up the life total. Force function to keep that pressure on Shaylee. Get that knockdown. And we should be able to set up a bomb. There it is. There's the bomb. Shaylee still not biting until we see that assault JC from Pesto as Shaylee goes for that flash kick to circumvent that. But Shaylee's still stuck in the corner. Pesto still keeping control, but there it is. To the other side. That should be dead. Shaylee has plenty of resources to make this go.
Yeah. Just, got the change shift, spent only 65 meter to get that kill. Definitely looking nice. Is going to be using that. Oh my gosh, cross-up counter hit. Wasn't ready to confirm it into something huge though.
Okay, there's the throw, the pinwheel right above Shaylee, keeping him from standing up. Ooh, solid punish for in the favor of Pesto.
What is our end? Yep, just going to put you in the crystal.
1, 2, and now we have 2 bombs set up. Just going to start to use them right now. Shaylee has to respect all of it. Fear of getting hit in the process because Pesto can absolutely kill with this next confirm.
Yes. What a great defense. Shielding very optimally too. And this is a really tense situation. You don't want to be shielding too much because the errant green shield can get deleted. Oh my, what are you teleporting behind me for?
Oh, empty assault into empty assault. Empty assault into assault JC. Pesto in his head.
Nice spacing there from Papa Pesto, able to whip punish Shaylee in a beautiful fashion.
Okay, there's the overhead charge 3C.
Yep. Just gonna go 1, 2, and a little bit of concentrate.
Yeah, just gonna press a button right there. Okay, Shaylee tried to tech, and there's the bomb to cover the flash kick. Shaylee so far has been having really great timing when it comes to using that flash kick on defense. But those bombs, you always want to be working around them, and in that instance, Shaylee did not.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's going to be one of Papa Pesto's main game plans to victory here, is going to be baiting out flash kicks. The roar is just so massive for Carmine.
To the corner, there's the creeping edge from Pesto to get out of that. But even with gaining some grit from that creeping edge, Shaylee had some really opportune shields to speed up the forward cycle and also get the cycle up for his own. And now we're back here in neutral, none with the cycle. But looks like Shaylee is going to be the one coming out on top once again, as Pesto is going to have that entire health bar depleted.
Yep. Just for the low price of 100 meter in a chain shift.
I don't think we need to spend that change shift either.
Here's, just wanted some extra meter.
Yeah, just that extra meter refund. And that's something I'll say often to players. Like, you know what? If you have change shift and you know you're going to kill this combo, you might as well spend it to get some meter back.
Ooh, a little stray hit here and there, but all that does is a huge hit, though, from Papa Pesto. The grid break, and so much grid is on the table.
We're going to be getting a lot of health regen off that ender as well. Pesto Pushing Shaylee back into the corner. Pull up the chair, pull up the table. You're going to be here for a while. Back into prison. 1-2. The bombs have been set up. And now, when do you flash kick is the question. I think Pesto's holding on to one of those bombs as well. He's like, okay, I know he's going to flash kick at some point. I want to make sure that I can cover it.
Absolutely. And, Shaylee had that same idea, just went out of the corner without flash kick. There it was coming out, though, in a lot safer of a position.
Oh, the run up 5, and Pesto looking real good now. That first set back in Winners was so much in Shaylee's favor, but now Pesto is looking to be the one that's setting the pace.
Absolutely, and so much meter here. Full sticks of butter here for Papa Pesto. Shaylee at a little bit over 100. Grid in Papa Pesto's favor. Here's the spends now. We're going to be pushing Shaylee to the other corner, but the creeping edge in the other direction.
Okay, the air laser is going to keep Pesto honest, and there's a flash kick. Pesto blocking it out. Shaylee maybe relying a little too much on that as a defensive option, and Pesto is starting to get a hang of when his timing is on those. Sets up the pinwheel, uses it out of the wall. Shaylee using the chain shift now is going to be taking back his turn potentially. No, not quite. 6FF is going to keep Shaylee locked down in the corner. And what a confirm coming in from Pesto as we bait out the 2C anti-air attempt. And Pesto has 200 meters to go for a full dump.
Yep, there it is.
C pinwheel into the IW. Pesto 2-0 lead in losers finals.
Yeah, Pesto's got to be feeling. I mean, you can see it. The smile on both players' faces. They're having a lot of fun here, especially Papa Pesto.
Shaylee locking in. He does not want to lose in a 3-0 here in losers finals. They're coming so close to taking Texas Showdown. But, Pesto may want it more. 2A going to catch that counter hit. Keeping Shaylee locked in here. The chain shift. There's the puddle set up. And once again, we're not blowing any of these bombs up yet because we're waiting on a flash kick attempt. But now, the patient going to spend it on the pinwheel to keep him in there. Into the another confirmed, despite getting Celestial. Papa Pesto is looking to be in the lead.
Absolutely. Shaylee might have Warble, has a ton of grid to work with as well, but it might not mean anything.
That might be bad. We're stuck up in the corner instead, and we have a big puddle around us.
Just hold down back, let the puddle do the work, and Papa Pesto now on set point.
Yeah, it's like, this is my domain. He's like, he built sandcastles around him, a pillow fort, if you will.
What's the password, Shaylee?
Creeping edge. Pesto is going to maintain his turn, as that's not going to be giving him Shaylee much reward. Now it is Pesto's turn to be stuck in the corner, but what is the response? That's going to be stuffing Shaylee, and it's going to be stuffing him again with that projectile as he tries to slide in. Oh, God.
Getting into
Yeah, the resource advantage, and there it is, the 623C. Shaylee still alive, but and not for long. Pesto with the throw, and there's the hug. Pesto moving up to lose the grand finals and redeeming himself in the run back. A quick 3-0 over Shaylee in the spirit of that 2-0 that Shaylee got against him and on winner's side. There's the adaptations already coming into play. Even before the set began, Pesto was like scratching his chin, like, okay, I know what I need to do, and he used that game plan like perfectly. Yeah. And it really just came down to exploiting the defensive options that Shaylee has been representing, specifically with the flash kick and the fact that Carmine has so much damage potential, and the fact that the risk reward, especially in UNI2, is geared so much into Carmine's favor now because damage is higher on average, meaning that Carmine doesn't really he gets more damage for the same amount of health that he had before.
Yeah. And also, like you said, with Carmine especially, baiting out flash kick, don't have to give up very much, whereas other characters might have to give up Oki or go for a safe jump setup that they would rather go for something with a mix. Carmine can be like, all right, I can sit here and wait, but those pools and puddles, they're going to pop up. They're going to explode. I'm going to keep my turn, and all I do is just slightly less oppressive pressure.
Yeah, setting up those puddles into the bombs, and then I liked what he did at the end there as well, where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna use one of my bombs to lock you down, and I'm just gonna hold on to the rest of the bombs, and just in case you try to press something, just in case you try to get a little too feisty there in the corner, like, you're there for a reason, and I want to make sure that you know that.
Yeah, that is your home. You are going to pay rent every single round. And now the eviction notice has been given.
He's like, he's holding down back in front of the door, looking through the people. He's like, where's my rent? It was due 3 weeks ago. Or now, but, now Pesto, like a landlord, is knocking on the door of first place, just like Silent. Silent also contending for first place, sitting up on winner's side, grand finals. Pesto having to get that reset. And this is a classic matchup for the ages, but Pesto really, I feel like Silent, in every single tournament they play against each other, Silent is the one that comes out on top. I don't think I've seen Pesto win very much. He's probably won a few, but overall, Silent consistently takes it over Pesto. So Pesto, maybe expecting this, has prepared for this matchup, but we'll see how this comes into fruition. It's always very close, though. If it's probably like a 2-1 or like a 3-2, right? So Pesto certainly does have a chance.
Yeah, Pesto is starting off very strong. Grid break on Silent in the corner. There is so much that can happen here. So many things that can go bad for Silent. This is one of them.
63 in response to the Abari wake up. Silent tossing out those projectiles, and there's the bomb! Into the spike confirmed, into the side swap, stealing in the corner once again.
Gonna spend, take away that round. Pesto wants to get these games in early and quick before Silent can have any time to build up any momentum or any good adaptations before Grand Finals reset.
Yeah, now Silent trying to poke with these 2Bs and 3Cs, right? It's not going to work out as much as I think he would have liked, and Pesto is doing mixing a lot of these assaults to make it over them in low crush.
Gets another grid break with the throw. The VO, Silent just not wanting to be in the corner any longer.
I think we're just going to go for the install here. Yeah, plus frames on demand. Why not use that final mirror from VO? But Pesto, what a ballsy response there. Immediately pressing a button after the install. And dropped the IW. Silent, still alive, still kicking, getting the steer ender, tossing Pesto into the corner, and Pesto has no more resources to work with on defense. Silent has plenty to work with. We have change shift, we have CVO, we're going to spend it.
Yeah, that is very tragic for Pesto. What turned from game one being on the board, now Silent has that round. We're going into round number 3 on the first game. But not one really has any meter. Pesto pretty close to 100. It's all going to be in Silent's court to keep this momentum going. That's huge mental effect that can occur when that kind of drop happens.
Pin will set. Silent's still there. There's a throw, recovering some health. There's another throw, getting that grid break. Pesto getting another throw. Silent not taking any of these. And just like that, Pesto speeds through that final round of game number 1.
Still a long way to go, but Pesto, great first step. Ooh, but what a snipe there from Silent.
And that 4B stabilizing that combo, right? Look at the damage right there. Pretty respectable for the starter. Putting on even more here. Especially Pesto in the corner. Hopefully he brought a passport because he's taking for a trip around the world as he's going from corner to corner. Silent keeping him locked down from an incredibly far range that's like hard for Carmen trying to contest, especially when he has no puddles available. And Silent is going to open him up one last time here in this round.
Yeah, Silent seeing a green shield, just like, all right, that's my time. Let me run up and throw you. Got the grid break off of it, cleaned up that round. Starting off with the install. Oh, there's another grid. This is just a set full of grid breaks, it seems.
Seems like it. Air fireball again. Pesto unsure of how to approach this. There's the charge of JC off the assault. That's going to be a punish coming in here for Silent.
Going to end off the pillar. Now, Pesto, great tech.
And now Pesto can take his turn back. Wake up change shift. No, we're not going to use it just yet.
Oh, tries to go for mix, but Silent, familiar with the game.
Wake up, that's crazy. Okay.
Get the install, but Pesto able to fight out, gets counter hit though, and Silent now answering with a game on the board.
Right, once again, looking as you'd expect, these sets always come down to a very close margin, despite Silent coming out on top. And Pesto, with that first game lead, kind of has the advantage still. The momentum is starting to swing back into Silent's favor. Like that, we're basically at that perfect distance to catch that creeping edge as well. And yeah, I mean, Phonon kind of just plays into the creeping edge as a defensive option pretty well, because you're always playing at that distance no matter what.
All this mix off the back of a grid break, extra damage online, but Pesto able to fight out of the corner.
Okay. Oh, there's the punish coming in for Pesto.
Great patience there. Pesto really finding a lot of success on defense. No reversals needed.
3C again, 3C again. Pesto blocking it all. There's the bomb. Solid. Not keeping that in mind, and now Pesto's going to be getting a good amount of reward here. Kill though.
Set up the one. However, in the corner now, this is where Pesto has been shining. The throw whiffs, but no punish.
God, avoiding the low. There it is, Pesto, another round. Tossing that dart onto the board. Here we go. Silent round start, 236, J236.
Oh, the shield, but the counter hit. What good is this grid if it doesn't get you anywhere?
Yeah, instead of going for a concentrate, will be going for the Oki instead. And there's the strike throw mix that Silent is known for as Phonon.
Another guard thrust, just wanting to get out of the corner.
Woo, what a confirm. It's the blood of prison from far away. Pesto's able to stabilize this and toss Silent into the corner. There's the puddles. There's one bomb explosion. He's going to hold on to the other one.
Absolutely. Probably gonna set up another one in a quick order. Nope.
There
never
it
mind.
is.
Doesn't need it, and that is a second game for Pesto.
Once again, Smart Eye's holding onto the bomb. He's starting to have a shift in what he wants to use it for. First, he was using it for like, okay, I'm just going to try to cover my mix options. And now it's like, okay, I'm going to cover it so that you can't press defensive options.
Yeah, and this rotation between those two styles of how the puddles are forming out for Pesto is excellent.
Shows how flexible of a tool can be.
And you gotta stay flexible, especially against someone like Silent, who is very quick to pick up on habits of players and what is and what is not working.
Pillar. Pesto has been shielding all of this. No mix coming in from Silent, so we were able to get a lot of meter there. But Silent getting that install, going to be buffing the damage of this combo. Not able to kill just yet, but there's that throw there, which will be plenty, putting Pesto into fatal range. Silent taking the round of game number 4, and we're continuing to trade round back to back. C Fireball going to be making sure that we can get that full combo there on a Pesto.
Absolutely. And now, Pesto has been using card thrust, but the grid break. Pesto might be in a dire situation for this game. Might have to go next.
Oh, there's the cross that we've seen before. Is this going to be a double perfect for Silent? Oh, don't say it ain't true.
It is.
Silent with double blue bars, practicing on Pesto like it's a training dummy. And Silent immediately clapping back is like, I'm not allowing you to get this reset. Not now. But we are looking even 2-2. One game for either of these players. Pesto on the loser side needs that reset. Silent on the winner side wants to end it now. Pesto going to be taking the cycle as Silent continues to zone him out with these whip normals, with these projectiles. Trying to go for a 3C, but Pesto has a perfect range to punish that with the 6-3.
Absolutely. Going over coast to coast. This is going to keep Silent down backing. This has been really, really stressful for Silent. Throws have been excellent here for Pesto. However, not able to keep Silent locked down quite enough. And now you're getting thrown onto the puddle. We've seen this just chill on the puddle work out so well for Papa Pesto.
Yeah, he's got the pillow fort set up with the password. Well, you don't have to worry about the password anymore because the pillow fort has been ticked down. Silent paving his way through this door, knocking on it and busting it down. Silent is going to be placing himself onto tournament point. One more round to go.
Papa Pesto in the back foot. Nice tech. But unable to make anything come of it. Silent has this corner pressure. The install plus frames on plus frames. Respect has to be given.
The mash coming out. Pesto playing that defense effectively here, setting up the blood prison. There's one, there's two. We have the puddle set up. We have the cycle in our favor. There's the bomb, going to catch Silent meaty, and then we're going to not be able to catch that creeping edge completely, but Silent having to back all the way up so we can avoid all of these blood puddles and trying to continue that pressure with that 6FF. Silent is not going to let that happen.
Chain shift, wanted to see what Silent was going for, was able to block, find the mash out.
We have 200 meter. We can kill here, I think. No, we're going to hold on to that meter here. There's the bomb. Silent now in a puddle right behind him.
One more hit here.
Good blocks on the overheads.
Just
a blocking all the overheads. There's a counter at Pesto trying to press.
Yeah. And wake up reversal. It's going to be the line Papa Pesto needed. We're going to
reset point.
Yeah, reset point. Final game, final round for it.
Oh my God. Silent. 4B. Zone in. Oh, trying to go for the projectile. I like what Pesto did in response, though, jumping up to set the 6FF while Silent had to fall down from the projectile in that recovery. Now it's going to set up the blood prison because of that. Sets up two of those puddles. Has the corner control on Silent in this instance. And just continuing to keep him at bay, but we spent all those puddles in Silent trying to do something, maybe trying to jump out, is going to get caught. Pesto getting closer to this reset here. Silent with a lot of resources. We have 200 meter, we have chain shift, but when are we going to be able to use it? We use chain shift there. There's the creeping edge. Pesto chasing him down. There's that guard thrust to toss Pesto back into the corner.
Yeah, that is a really effective, like in these situations, you want to be aggressive.
It's the command grab. Wait, no, that was the reversal. That's going to catch him, but Silent pressing buttons, and then Pesto gets the reset. So close, and we are cleaning the slate. We're back at 0-0. We're back on even footing. Pesto has a chance to take it over Silent here, beat his bracket demon.
Absolutely. You can see Papa Pesto feeling really good, as you should be. Resetting against Silent is no easy feat. Now it's all get back to clean slate. Like you said, you got to reset yourself. There's a whole new set to be played, and Papa Pesto is coming out swinging for the fences.
Absolutely. Already drawing the first blood, drawing from his own blood to make that happen. Silent is in a position he is so comfortable with at this point. There's a throw, there's a tech, there's a chain shift to keep this pressure and get us out, but the counter hit coming in for Pesto is going to be opening up Silent to take even more damage, and going to be a big meter jump here for Pesto as set of the blood prison sets up the puddles once again. The tech to deny the bomb set.
Yes. Great chain shift there, making everything safe. One gets sniped out. And now Silent going to be on the reversal of fate here. Nice, calm pressure. That's exactly what we like to see from Silent. Respecting the puddles, but Papa Pesto finding the line to take the round.
He didn't recognize that was 6FF. I don't think he did.
Yeah, there's so much tension, so many things happening too. Something just as easy as 6FF can get missed, and that is going to be enough to play him around.
Wheel, don't stand. There's the bomb. Oh, we saw the shield. There's the grid break. The VO baits. The bomb doing the work for him. Pesto is in control.
Absolutely. So much meter. Yeah, right.
Blood prison. Oh, we're not going to do any VO shenanigans.
Oh, going to keep that 100 meter. Wants to do anything.
Really jump out. And these bombs have so far been so effective at keeping Silent stuck like a sitting duck. Every single time he tries to jump out or he tries to press something, there's that bomb in the way. It's like, nope, get back to where you belong.
Absolutely. Nice. Gets the pillar. Able to keep Papa Pesto back in this corner. So one hit is going to be a massive confirm, but leading grid. And we have seen what Papa Pesto does with Vorpal online.
Running forward, trying to get a little bit of corner carry while Silent is respecting his pressure options. Great combo.
Taking Silent over very close to the corner. There's still options for some mix-ups if Papa Pesto wants to go for anything fancy, but...
Oh, the C-pillar! What an option to beat that!
Nice tag, able to continue going on. Silent being very, very respectful, as you should be. Papa Pesto has shown what happens if you get a little too disrespectful of the plus frames.
Absolutely. Now this is looking a little more like Silence round. Install active. Guard thrust. That's going to run down the timer all the way for the install, but it's not going to matter. 4B pulls him right in.
You may be far away from Fona, but you're never safe. And Silent able to get a quick install to make this combo actually hurt way more than you would expect.
Okay, there's the reversal. That catches Silent. That's going to run down the timer for this install. Only lasts 20 seconds, and it gets depleted every single time you use the moves that get buffed by it.
Control. Stayed in the air a little too long.
Yeah, that was
Silent.
a 6 FF there.
Oh my gosh, but found the hit. Silent back in the corner, able to get on out. Guard thrust aggressively used to put Papa Pesto down and backing there. The pool not going to be too scary right now.
That's very safe. Pesto shielding all this. Also like green shield. But knows an overhead can come at some point. Oh, Silent's going to get 100 B. Wait a minute. Nope, that's not going to be enough. Starter that he needed. Install active, plus frames on demand. Pesto has 200 meter though. Pesto, take this round.
Yeah.
He's going to deny Silent this game, I think. No, instead we're going to go for the recovery of the health.
Yeah, wants a little bit, if a little trade happens, doesn't want to get killed by a 5A.
He might be getting a little too greedy, and the guard thrust gets blocked. Silent, able to squeeze out that game in the end. And once again, we're at that even situation. I mean, we're just going back to back, round to round, game to game. Only one can take the set, and Pesto has always been that one in the lead, always being the one to take that first game. Is Silent going to be able to break that? And we'll see, we'll see.
We will get the throw. Silent has been able to mix up strike and throw very effectively in these either quick dash up or pretty far from around this range. Just dash up with that 2A. Uh-oh, that's a big counter hit. Does not have chain shift though to really make a huge punish happen. It's going to just go for a reset here. Gets the hit, not able to kill. Not just yet.
Backing all the way up, then we'll get sent out. We're just going to go for the C fireball. Very big projectile hitbox that caught Pesto running up. That's a puddle. There's the punish. It's a throw. Go for this 5A stagger pressure.
Nice.
Huge punish.
Yeah. That's going to put Papa Pesto far away from the puddle of safety.
Maybe not for long. Into the corner you go. Give me some of that health. There, into the corner you go.
Yeah, Papa Pesto getting a little too
Into the corner you
fancy.
go.
Gets the hit. Has the chain shift.
Yeah, JA chain shift 200 meters. Silent may be breaking this equal situation we've been at for so long. And it is now the first one. Oh, this is the first time Silent has broken that score right here, where we can constantly be at a 1-1, and Pesto was always the one breaking it to that 2-1, to that 3-2. But now Silent sitting at a 2-1. Just needs to win one last game. But Pesto still putting up this fight, going to be drawing the first blood. Gets caught by the 3C into the hard knockdown. Silent able to get a little bit of distance running up, but Pesto going to stuff him.
Yeah. Here we are. This is exactly what Papa Pesto likes to see. Close, but not entirely in the corner. There's some space to work around with.
Oh, the mash. Not going to let him set up the pinwheel for free like that.
This is going to put Papa Pesto on the puddle of safety. You got to be careful if you're Silent. Creeping edge out, and now you're getting corner comboed, but too high up to finish it out.
It's Silent has enough to make this kill. Do we need to spend meter? We do not.
Yeah.
Perfectly rooting that with the chain shift available. And now Silent 1 round away from taking Texas Showdown. Install has been activated to start us off. Silent immediately went to go off to the races and set the pace for this final round.
Absolutely. Gets a counter hit from Papa Pesto. Here we go. Gonna immediately, spend that grab, get the corner swap. Silent able to jump out and reverse it.
This is my corner now. Silent continues to pressure Pesto at the max range of his normals. Going to play around the bomb, but now the pedal is gone. So Silent is does not have to be as careful as he was before.
Change shift there, yeah, using all that meter from Celestial.
Now Premier though, so you got to worry about a reversal if Pesto chooses to use it, which he might do very soon. Fat catches the low. Wait a minute.
That change shift. We could.
Wait a minute, CVO! Yeah. CVO's going to kill. The scaling is looking right. There's the CVO coming out, and there is a handshake. Silent is your utter night in a berth to System Celeste, winner for Texas Showdown 2025.
Yeah. And they're both happy about how they play. They should be, both Papa Pesto and Silent. Excellent performances, really showed the mastery of their characters. I don't think we could have asked for anything more entertaining and more fun other than potentially it going to Game 5 so we could just see them a little bit longer.
Year after year, Silent has been trying to get first place, getting so close every single time. Second, third, fourth, fifth, ninth. But finally, it was Silent's time, and he was able to make it happen. He said before that this was going to be the worst under night he's ever played this weekend. And he ended up taking it home for Austin and defending Texas invading Houston, kind of, right?
Yeah.
And but also defending Texas in the process by taking out Shaylee. So really good stuff to Silent and great stuff to Pesto as well. But Pesto is just gets the curse once again, right?
Yeah.
He's back at the grind, second place once again, coming so close. But Silent just taking it out into the end. Really good stuff to all of the players, and what a fantastic top 8 and weekend it has been.
Yeah, Silent definitely passing always the bridesmaid, never the bride, over to Papa Pesto. Going to be feeling good going home with that. And unfortunately, though, that means it's going to be the end of UNI2 for us. Been Kobe VT, find me everywhere at the same branding. Where can they find you, Salte? What you got going on?
Find me at the nearest commentary desk at your next event. I'll be there. But it's been a pleasure commentating with you, Kopi.
Yes,
it's been wonderful watching Under Night as always, and we're going to be watching an award ceremony later off stream, but this is it for us. We're going to be having, I believe,
Grand Blue.
Guilty Gear coming up
Guilty
next
Gear
after this. So stay tuned, and we'll be back very soon.